Here is the agenda for meeting 1479. Are there any additions to the agenda? Hearing none, we shall move on. Minutes for meeting number 1478 are presented. Are there any errors or omissions? Noting none, call for a mover.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by
Second.
Councillor Langland. Call for question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Minutes for special meeting are presented. That was held on October 8th. Are there any errors or omissions? Noting none, can I get a mover?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Special meeting held on October 18th. The minutes for special meeting are presented. Are there any errors or omissions? Hearing none, all those need a mover.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by
So moved.
Councillor Freak. Call for question. Hearing none, all those in favor? I think I made a mistake. Double motion. All right, business arising from minutes. Is there any business arising from the minutes? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. At this time, I'm just going to ask for a moment of silence in respect to the two tragedies that our community has just went through and the loss of, unfortunately, 2 lives. Again, we can't thank our first responders enough for all that they have done, but in respect to the families of the 2 gentlemen that are no longer with us, I just ask for 1 minute of silence, please. All right, thank you. In front of you, you'll see on new business, cell phones. The town office has received some feedback from the public, obviously, with the lack of or therefore depletion in cell phone service. So, as we have discussed in a previous meeting, we sent out on behalf of this council to reach out to other councils to get support to present to, I guess, the CTCS, or the division that oversights it in government, to see that communications are working. Myself, town clerk, town manager, had a phone call with Bell Canada's public relations, and such. Since then, there has been some improvement. But we're still in communications with them to let them know that we'll still keep rallying to see that service is compatible for what we're supposed to have. And I just want to say thanks to the other 60 municipalities or so that have signed on to support, so we'll keep that conversation going. I do believe there's another municipality in the province that will be bringing this to MNL as well, so we'll keep that one going. The other one is the app that came up in discussion after Saturday's event about residents finding themselves without services such as water for a period of time. Being an anomaly in the location and the fact that they had to have 5 pumper trucks, there's no system that would have handled it. But we want to make sure that we get communications better. So in speaking with the town manager, he's reached out to the app provider to see if we do a Facebook post, it gets pushed to the app, because I guess not everybody's on Facebook, 90% plus have smartphones. So just in communications and taking learnings, that's where we shall head. Is there any other new business to add tonight? Hearing none, we shall move on to correspondence. In front of you, item number 1, MAA memo update for your information. Number 2, Department of Transportation and Infrastructure circular signs, FYI. Item number 3, Hope Air Day proclamation. We'll sign that. Did you want to do that now, Lori?
Yeah.
All right. Whereas November 5th, it's written for 2024, whereas access to healthcare is a fundamental right for all citizens regardless of their geographic location. Whereas Hope Area Charitable Organization has been tirelessly dedicated to providing access to healthcare by facilitating free flights and other services for patients living in rural and remote and underserved communities in Newfoundland and Labrador, ensuring they can receive vital medical treatment regardless of distance or financial means. Whereas Hope Air has been instrumental in bridging the gap between smaller communities and hospitals far from home, reducing the geographic and cost barriers that often prevent individuals from reaching medical care. Whereas the impact of Hope Air extends beyond the individual patients, serve positively affecting families, communities, and healthcare systems as a whole by promoting wellness and reducing the burden of untreated medical conditions. Whereas the compassion, dedication, and commitment demonstrated by Hope Air and its volunteers embody the spirit of community and the belief in the inherent value of every individual's well-being. Now therefore be it proclaimed by myself on behalf of council and its community that November 5th, 2024 shall be known as Hope Air Day in recognition of the invaluable contributions made Hope Air to the health and well-being of the residents of Newfoundland and Labrador. We urge all citizens to join us in celebrating Hope Air Day and to reflect on the significance of ensuring equitable access to health and for all members of our society. Let us reaffirm our commitment to supporting initiatives that promote health, equity, and extend our gratitude to Hope Air for their unwavering dedication to serving those in need. That said, I call for a mover. Moved by Councillor Langdon, seconded by Deputy Mayor Jones. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. And that is, let's see. Moving on at this time to agenda items. Finance, Councillor Freak, please.
Myself, Councillor Jones, Councillor Fitzgerald, Town Manager, and Town Clerk met on October the 25th. Item number 1 for Ridgeview Contracting for $13.80, recommended approval. Item number 2, materials for the splash pad and the water connection for $4,999.76 and $293.25. We went out for quotes on this and it was exceeding over $20,000. So this is just the material and we completed the job ourselves. Item number 3 for $13,372.84. This is for the fire department. Cites the Scott Packs, recommended approval. Item number 4, $3,806 for the water filter, progress payment number 17, recommended approval. Item number 5, fire hydrants. We had 3 quotes from MCO Supplies. These are the current hydrants that we already have, so these are the ones that we recommend for $14,839.24, recommended approval. Item number 6, $3,465.53. These are the valves and for the showers at the stadium, recommended approval. Is it just the valves? Can we get clarification on that?
That's the mixing valves, yeah.
Okay, just stadium. Item number 7, we needed a heat pump for our vac truck storage. We've got quotes on that one, so we are going to go with the quote for $9,160, taxes included, for Anderson Refrigeration, recommended approval. Item number 8 for $19,448, the floor scrubber for the recreation facility, budgeted item, recommended approval. Item number 9.
We'll leave that out.
Yes, we will leave that out. So items number 1 through 8. I got you left out on number 29 of the next page. I make a motion to accept the report, items 1 through 8.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Jones, or Deputy Mayor Jones. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.
I'll stay with number 9.
Item number 9 was a couple of items that were not budgeted, but were picked up through OHS. The invoice for $1,834.76 for the plate cover, and then the gutter throughout the fire hall. That grate is $5,639.26, and we recommended approval on both of those items.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by.
So moved.
Moved, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.
Next, we got accounts payable, items 1 through 29, excluding, yes, financial statements. I make a motion to accept the 2023 town financial statements.
All right, moved by Councillor Freak. Seconded by Deputy Mayor Jones. Any questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Accounts payable, Councillor Freak, please.
Just a note, we're going to have a presentation with the Finance Committee for those financial statements, so she's going to come and if anybody's got any questions or concerns about those. Items number 1 through 29, excluding 29, for the amount of $20,911.09. Make a motion to pay the invoices.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak. Seconded by Councillor Langdon. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.
Okay, item number 29, Western Steel Works for $577.44 for hydraulic fittings, flat bar, etc. Make a motion to pay the invoice.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. I was thinking there's no questions and we're this far through the report, but Councillor Hancock. All right, moving on to environment and housing. Deputy Mayor Jones, please.
I guess, yeah, we had a meeting over discussions among the committee ourselves. Just a little update, I guess. There's just a few items. Number 1 to number 9 for general repairs, and the permits have been issued as presented in front of you. I guess just an update for new dwellings, the same as last year for 17, and on the commercial construction we had 13 permits over 8 for 2023, and the general repairs were up a little bit. Decks and extension was probably on par. The accessory buildings a little lower than 2023. But they said this is just an update on a few permits we had issued and a few things going on over the year. And for the Environment and Aging Committee report for October 25th, 24.
All right, moved by Deputy Mayor Jones, seconded by Councillor Freak. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. All right, moving on to, sorry, Councillor Lang, I keep forgetting the heading. It's parks. I'll leave it with you.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Mayor. I think every time this report's read, we have a different name on it. But it's the Department of Arts, Culture, and Recreation.
There we go.
Not Parks and Works, but we get the gist of it. All these items are FYI as well. We had no agenda items this time, but rest assured their staff and department have been very busy. The swimming pool lessons have reached their halfway mark and everything's going well thus far. Lessons have been quite busy as per usual. This is typically the busiest block of lessons. We did have a closure at the arena due to the fire at the Driftwood. Many people were aware of. We were able to reschedule all the ice time slots that were affected, which was minimal. The mostly affected there during the swimming lessons, so they were postponed for one day, and they will be rescheduled there as well. The bowling alley, the YBC Youth Bowling Canada program, and our evening 19 plus adult league are currently up and running, and they are accepting new league members at all times. We encourage people who we encourage people to get out and get active there. The arena, the stadium staff have also been busy inside and outside for fall, preparing for the winter. The arena is quite busy as usual during our peak times, and a little bit more scaled back during the daytime. We're currently up full running with all of our major stakeholders, which is Deer Lake Figure Skating, Deer Lake Minor Hockey, and soon to be the Red Wings starting next week. Currently have scheduled over 70 hours of ice time each week for regular use in family skates, and that is up approximately 10 hours from last time, so we're happy to see that we're finding new ways to schedule ice time. The first senior hockey game will take place on November 8th and 9th, and as well the first high school game will take place on November 4th, right, Darren?
Yep, next Monday.
November 4th is Monday. So we encourage people to get out there for both of those. Tree removal has taken place as discussed in previous council meetings at Swartz Park for Newfoundland Power to run the power lines into the new washroom facilities as well. Trees have been removed from the construction of the parking lot for all of Swartz Park. So certainly not my favorite thing to remove trees, but deemed necessary there for the continued expansion of Swartz Park. And as well, not on the agenda, just for FYI, which we mentioned before, the Department of Arts, Culture and Recreation will hold a consultation on the Annex and Budget 2025, which will happen sometime in mid-November, just to get a gist on our spending for the next year. And as we anticipate the opening of the Annex coming very soon in the early 2025. And as well, congratulations to the Elwood soccer team for winning silver in Stephenville this weekend, the Elwood girls volleyball team that went to Volleyfest, and as well the Deer Lake Dolphin swim team who competed in their first meet of the year in Corner Brook, and they are taking members as well. So once again, we encourage people to get out if they like. That's it for my report there, Mr. Mayor. There's nothing to be accepted. This is all just FYIs.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you, Councillor Langdon. Before we call for an adjournment, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the last on our agenda. Just going to do a quick round table. Lori, I know you're out, and I'll move on to Councillor Freak.
Just a couple of things. We got a by-election happening tomorrow, so anybody who's looking to vote, you can go to the Salvation Army. Lori, you want to tell us that? 8 to 8 tomorrow? 8 to 8, Salvation Army tomorrow. Thursday of this week, we have Halloween, so obviously keep an eye out for the little trick-or-treaters. And then don't throw out your pumpkins, because Deer Lake Recreation is going to do their pumpkin stroll again on November the 2nd at the Humber River Walking Trail, which was a pretty cool event that they had last year. So the pumpkin walk, Halloween, and hats off to Deer Lake Recreation for, and the Legion held a couple of fun events over the last week for the community. And if any business owners want to take part, Wednesday at Xavier, they're hosting a carnival for kids from K to 5. So they were looking for donations as well, whether it was ice cream, slushies. If your business wanted to do anything, we can contact Miss Foley at Xavier. And I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, Councillor Langdon.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I don't have much there, but just Remembrance Day is coming up, so I thank everyone for that. I think this is our last meeting for Remembrance Day, right? Yep. So we're having our annual Remembrance Day ceremony. The Legion will be hosting at 11. So I encourage everyone to get out there as well. As Councillor Freak said, the by-election is coming up. I encourage people to get out there and vote. We've had good turnout for the advance polls, so it's always great to see engagement in our community. And I'd like to thank all the firefighters as well. I know you mentioned it earlier there, Mayor, for all they've done. They certainly had a very busy last couple of weeks. Not just firefighters, but all first responders, and proud of the agreements we have with Cormac, Reedville, and Pasadena, who saw support from them. So I certainly send my deep thanks to them for what they've done, and they've had certainly a very busy last couple of weeks.
All right, thank you for those words. Moving on, Councillor Fitzgerald.
I'll just repeat everything that the last two councillors spoke about, and go out and vote. Thanks, firefighters and all first responders. Yeah, can't thank you enough.
All right, thank
Yeah.
you. Deputy Mayor Jones.
All
anything to
good
add,
for
sir?
me, Mr. Mayor. Like I said, there's no need to repeat it. It's all well.
All right, Town Manager.
Just in the absence of Councillor Hancock not being here, I know myself and Councillor Freak attended some small business events last week. I didn't get a chance to get in on the virtual session they had on Monday about registered daycare, but I was talking to the EDO today, and they did have some positive uptake. I don't want to quote the number, but they did have a strong showing for that on Monday.
Good.
I know myself and Councillor Freak attended the network, I guess, coffee break on Tuesday morning, as well as a session on artificial intelligence, which was very informative to not only us, but to all people in attendance. And a great showing from people in Deer Lake. The other things that just wanted to touch on, Mayor, I guess you can allude to this too, is I've had a meeting with the Sea Cadets, just about, again, much like as what Council Langdon brought up about enrollment, they are looking for more kids and more adults to get involved. The Sea Cadets have been a long-standing community organization in Deer Lake. The numbers aren't worrisome yet, but they just want to make sure that we're helping out. So there's going to be some social media posts going out, some follow-up meetings, just to make sure that people know that there's an option there to get involved. And they did say to me that they're very open now to kids that are in minor hockey and other sports, that the schedules are very flexible. Looking for that. And the last thing I'll leave on is that, I guess, Dave, we're looking at this week of probably having our new water filtration system come online. So that's been a long time coming and a great success. The one thing that will come with that, there will have to be a boil order that'll be advertised when we do put the water through the new filters. This is just standard process to make sure that, you know, everything in the new filters are going to filter out contaminants. Myself and Dave have been in contact with Service NL today to advise them of this, and they will be up as quickly as possible after the water goes through the new filters to do the testing so that we can take the boiler down as quickly as possible. But we will be sharing that on the app, on Facebook, and on the digital sign, just so people are aware. It's because our new system's coming online as part of a standard process. So this time of year, it is quite busy, Mayor. There's a lot of projects on the go. There's things we're trying to wrap up before we get more snow like we did this morning. So it's, but it's nice to see that these filters is not something you can touch and feel. It's not a building, but it is something I know very important to everyone here in this room that we've been putting a lot of effort behind. So it'll be great to see it come online for us in 2024.
No, definitely. And in speaking with that, where people can't see it, and I know myself and Jason have spoke about probably doing an interactive type video to share with people to say this is what this does and the importance of it. And once it's commissioned and energized, I think that'd be a great thing for people to visualize.
Scott Grant done a great job of taking the photos of the Corner Brook plant,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool for people to see that.
Yeah, and we often forget, I mean, myself included, I mean, my trade is pipe fitter, and you're driving around all the time, and there's veins with under you which
Yeah.
get services, and I guess now this is basically the motherboard to make sure. It's been since 1992, I believe, since the last, or when that plant was put in place. And again, thanks to everyone for their efforts in keeping these files moving. Just something I want to put out. I sent an email to council this past week, and it didn't get to you, so I'm just going to read it. It bounced back. It's been sitting in my outbox, but it's something I wanted to say because we're always, you know, celebrating and thanking the community efforts for, and I get very important. It takes a team to run a community. This is a team sitting here, and all the staff and management. It's not ever a personal show or one person. We all hold in each other, you know, to keep going. Sometimes when we're a little down, you pick each other up. But this is an email I just want to thank you, fine folks. And it says, good evening, everyone. In light of the recent challenges our community has faced, I want to take a moment to express my sincere appreciation for your dedication and service to this community. Each of your commitments to our hometown are invaluable, and it's during times like these, which were dark, that your efforts truly shine through. Rest assured this storm will pass. Council and staff, please continue to do the outstanding work you do in our community to keep it moving forwards. Also, Jason, Glenn, I would appreciate if you could extend my gratitude to your respective teams as well. Thank you all again, once again, for your hard work and dedication and working as a team. So thanks to you folks. A lot of times people don't see all the time that's put in, and there's always someone coming and going or taking a call or an email, so I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you. back to the last comment, there is an election tomorrow, and there's probably no one that will be glad, or, well, I guess the two candidates are working hard, but just to sit back and watch it, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. I just love elections, folks. It's a blessing that we're given from the right of democracy. Speaking to Councillor Lanning, talking about, just his comments about November 11th coming up, and that's the great reality that we all have the democratic right to vote. And I'd like to take a moment just to thank both candidates for stepping up to serve the community. And there are no winners or losers, no matter who comes ahead in the race. It'll be interesting. And again, I just want to say thanks to those, and whoever comes to our team, we'll all work together as one. All right, that being said, I'm going to stop now and call for an adjournment, so I need a mover.
Well, just before, sorry.
No, go right ahead.
You had said Small Business Week last week. I don't think you could have got a bigger event than the disaster of the fire and seeing your small business community actually come out. Like the people who supported for giving them space to come together for them to meet with Service Canada, like the Driftwood staff, everybody who showed up with food, the people who showed up with appreciation Wednesday night at the fire hall, people who had apartments for rent, people who had furniture, the food bank. I couldn't believe it. Like every small business last week was just touching. Like a small business had paid for rent for a couple of these displaced people. It was, and I know people don't do it to get recognition, so I mean it's not publicly out there, but the small business, there was hundreds of small businesses last week that came together to support our first responders, which is today's National First Responder Day, the displaced of another business in the community. It was unbelievable, and it was how fitting on Small Business Week, really. It was really good to see that community come together and lift each other up.
And it's a true testament of, the community that you serve and live in. And blessed to call home is in dark times you get to see the light when all these people come together. So again, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, it was. They had said that even if this happened in a big city like Halifax or in a big, place like India, hearts are not as big. But they were like, hearts are small in India, but Deer Lake's got a big heart. So it was so true.
Great words.
It was.
Awesome. All right.
I'll make the motion
Anything
to
more
adjourn.
add? Dave, I know you'd like to go on and wait real quick. No? All right. So hearing nothing else, no more comments, questions, concerns, or discussion, I'll call for a mover to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Langdon. I was going to say call for